Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be taking you guys through the biggest fat loss mistakes that most people make and don't even know they're making in 2023. There's so many different diets out there, and while you could do a keto diet, a low-fat diet, and whatever it is, if you're on a caloric deficit and you're doing a lot of cardio, you're going to lose weight. But most people don't have a problem losing weight. It's actually keeping the weight off and getting long-term sustainable results. I have worked with over 700 individuals, helping them build muscle and lose fat, and I myself have gone from over 180 pounds and dropped 90 pounds in a matter of 9 months and have been able to maintain my current physique year-round, eating over 2,600 calories a day and doing steps for my cardio. Enough talk. Let's dive into the biggest fat loss mistakes that most people make in 2023 and how to get long-term sustainable results when it comes to fat loss. The first biggest fat loss mistake is going to be something called NEAT. So NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And basically what it is, it's all the physical activity that we're doing throughout the day, not including your working out, not including like eating your food. And this adds up to around 1,000 to 2,000 calories total burnt a day. And this is a big factor that is underlooked when it comes to fat loss. You may realize that one person could eat, 3,000 calories a day, maintaining their physique year-round, more lean, while you may eat the same amount of calories and be gaining weight on those calories. So let's dive into NEAT, what it is, and how to make changes for fat loss. So a majority of us sit all day for work, 5 days a week, we're at a desk, and on top of that, we're not getting the recommended 5 times a week of 30 minutes of physical activity a day. So we may be sitting at our desk all day, not getting a lot of movement, and what our NEAT is it's all the fidgeting. It's, cleaning the house, doing the dishes, all of this movement. Even as you guys see, I talk a lot with my hands, and this adds up to that 1,000 to 2,000 calories total burns a day. When you are on a fat loss phase, maybe you are a very lean individual, maybe you have, been on low calories for a while, you're doing a lot of cardio. You may not even realize this, but you may start to kind of conserve your energy. You're not taking the steps anymore. You're not doing as much movement. You may be just keeping your water at your desk versus going back into the kitchen and getting it, and just all these little things, they add up. So you're like, I'm not losing weight, and I hit a fat loss plateau. So what do? You start to decrease your calories more, increase your cardio more, so you're working harder, and then you're moving less throughout the day, burning less calories through our NEAT, and then you're working harder, you're less calories, you're less food, you're training harder, and you're not getting the results that you want. So how do we fix this? So there's 2 different things that we can do. The first thing, if you've been on a caloric deficit for a while now, it may be time to do something like a diet break or a refeed. And I have a whole playlist, my fat loss playlist, where I dive into how to do this for your body, the direct things that I do with my clients to help them overcome fat loss plateaus. The second thing would be, if you guys work from home, if you guys realize that you're moving less throughout the day, start doing things like, for example, if I'm doing some of my client calls, what I'll do is I'll do my client calls and I'll be walking in my house, moving my body to kind of get my steps in for the day. Or, after dinner, I'll sometimes clean up my house, do some vacuuming to get that daily movement in. And those are just some easy ways to kind of get more movement in throughout the day to increase our NEAT and increase those total calories burnt. So the second fat loss mistake is basing your calories that you're going to be consuming off of these fitness trackers, watches, and even the calories burnt on fitness equipment. We all have these like Apple watches, and we go on the treadmill, and at the end of it, it tells you burnt 400 calories. And if you guys are on a fat loss phase and you're taking those as your true calories burnt throughout the day, and then basing your calories that you're going to consume off of that, and you're not seeing results, that's a big fitness fat loss mistake. And here is why. So first off, Those fitness trackers do not take into consideration these three things. The first thing is it does not take into consideration your body composition. If someone has more fat, less muscle, they're going to be burning less calories throughout the day. The fitness tracker, it doesn't know that. The second thing it doesn't take into consideration is your fitness level. If you're newer to training, you're going to be burning more calories than something that is more advanced. The third thing, it doesn't take into consideration your body size. A larger frame may be burning less calories. Other things are you could be on one fitness tracker, have another one on, and get two different readings in terms of your calories burnt. And again, guys, if you're moving throughout the day and it's telling you your steps, on these fitness trackers, it may be tracking your steps as you hand washing. Like, these things are not completely accurate. There's so many studies out there done. So when it comes down to it, don't rely on these fitness trackers to track your progress. Instead, what I have my clients do is I have them track their calories, track all their macros, track their weight, take an average of their weight and their macros each week, and do progress pictures. And off of those measurements, looking at our pictures, looking at the average of our weight each week, as well as our body, measurements, then I make adjustments from there versus just relying on the calories burnt on these trackers and watches and fitness equipment. The third biggest fat loss mistake is consuming a lot of shakes versus actual meals. And hear me out on this. If you are sucking down your meal, the third biggest fat loss mistake is going to be consuming a lot of shakes versus actual meals. Hear me out on this, okay? Have you ever realized, and I want you guys to drop a comment below and let me know this, have you realized that you have a protein shake or a smoothie or a juice, and 20 minutes later after you suck this thing down, because we suck them down fast, you are hungry, you are not satisfied, and you may just be feeling bloated afterwards. Like, just a feeling of never being satiated, okay? So chewing food is actually a very important part when it comes to digestion and the feeling of satiety. If you're consuming a lot of shakes, here's the deal. They're void of all of your fiber, and that is going to create that feeling of fullness, the satiety, okay, which is what we want when we're on fat loss. We don't want to be feeling hungry all the time. And if you guys are just sucking it down and so fast that your body doesn't have a chance to get those satiety cues from the brain, then you're just, again, you're never going to be feeling satisfied. And that's a big thing, a big contributing factor to not succeeding on fat loss, feeling of never being satisfied with your meals. So instead, I like to focus on getting a good 80, I like the 80-20 rule. So I focus on getting a lot of my food coming from whole foods, getting my protein from protein sources. You can do salmon, your chicken, you can do your red meat, eggs, instead of just relying on protein shakes all the time. I have a ton of recipes under my recipe playlist if you guys are looking for some great smoothie recipes, but that has the fiber, the micronutrients, and everything in there to create that satiety feeling. Another rule of thumb, guys, when you are having your food, chew your food really well. Chew your food a good 30 to 50 times. That's going to help break down the food. That's going to actually help with that brain-gut connection. And that's a major role when it comes to satiety, that feeling of fullness and being satisfied after your meals. So the third biggest fat loss mistake is literally going shake, 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 juice, 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 and sucking everything down versus actually consuming, whole foods for your protein, your carb, your fat sources, chewing your food really, really well, and getting plenty of fiber in our diet to help with the feeling of fullness, satiation. The fourth biggest fat loss mistake is going to be restriction, okay? So going into 2023, hear me out. You may say, what is the biggest diet trend right now? Maybe it's keto, maybe it's carnivore, maybe you go the low-fat way. And this is the deal. When you go from maybe eating your standard American diet, and then you go to a whole new extreme, and then you start cutting your calories, doing a ton of cardio, and you create so much restriction, that makes you want it even more. And what I want for you guys and all of my clients is getting long-term sustainable results. So it's about creating balance to get you those results. So instead of going into your fat loss and looking for the new fad diet trend out there, keto, carnivore, whatever it is, instead, start with something that's gonna be sustainable for you. Track your macros, create a balance, take yourself into a slight deficit, and start creating healthy habits. These small healthy habits are gonna get you the long-term results. Focus on the 80-20 rule. 80% coming from whole foods, rich anti-inflammatory, going toward our gut health. You can check out my What I Eat in a Day playlist for all of my full grocery hauls where I deep dive into the benefits of the different foods that I eat, how to create some really healthy meals, and I even have some really good videos under my Healthy Food Swaps playlist for just good ways to swap out different refined foods for things that are actually gonna nourish your body and make you feel your best self. So instead of going to an extreme diet and going from one extreme to the next, that's gonna lead you from yo-yoing in and out and literally making the same goal in 2024 to lose weight instead of saying, oh, I reached my goal, what's the next one? Make small changes. Focus on the 80-20 rule. If you can't ask yourself, hey, am I gonna be able to do this 6 months to a year from now? It's not gonna be sustainable, and neither is gonna be your fat loss. So number 4, when it comes to fat loss mistakes, is going from one extreme to the next. Going to those extremes, not only are you not gonna be able to sustain that diet year round, you're not gonna be able to sustain your results, and you're gonna create so much restriction that it's gonna cause you to get so food focused to where you can't stop thinking about food and create cravings, and it's just focus on balance, guys. And if you need more help, just check out my fat loss playlist, check out my Healthy Food Swaps, and my What I Eat in a Day playlist as well. If you guys made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I actually have a big announcement for you guys. So before you go, I want you guys to click the little like button and share this with a friend. I want to help so many people this year, and just the little goes a long way. But I'm going to be taking on 5 individuals that have a crazy busy lifestyle that are looking to transform their body in 2023. If you guys have been yo-yoing from one diet to the next, if you guys need help getting long-term sustainable results when it comes to your goals, whether it be building muscle, losing fat, reverse dieting, hormone health, gut health, reach out to me. I'm gonna have all my information in the description below. If you have any questions, drop a comment below, and make sure before you leave, share this with a friend, throw a little like button. Everything I wanna do this year is to create content to help you guys reach your goals. And the more engagement I get in with these videos shows me what you guys wanna see more of. So thank you guys so much for watching again. I hope you have an incredible day, and I will see you next Sunday on our new video. Love you guys. Bye.